Listen only to the sound of my voice. Let your mind relax. Let your thoughts drift. Imagine yourself in a frozen forest.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Black Ops 3 realistic difficulty walkthrough. This is the Diaz boss fight in the 5th mission, Hypocentre. Get used to hearing this particular sound clip because until you get the first checkpoint you're going to see it a lot. I was in this section for about an hour, forging the path that you're about to witness. The thing that frustrates me most here, outside of the infinite spawns, the random variables of the enemies that do spawn, and the random allocation of which reactor opens up, well, that's pretty much all of the things that annoy me, so there you go. But the variables in this fight are baffling. The enemies perpetually come all the time. It's like some crazy bukkake party that never ends. It's like Willy Wonka's nightmare. The Cooling Tower 1 is not Cooling Tower 1, it's Cooling Tower whichever one the game opens, which is bullshit, if you ask me. Really hate that feature. Then once you break it, the objective tells you to go to it. So all you have to do is hit that waypoint. But getting to that waypoint when you have a bunch of respawning robots with guns is insanely difficult. So you'll notice I'm currently despairing at this moment because I've been here a while. So I'm wasting rockets, I don't want to push forward, I'm not in the best mood. I'm just going to shoot rockets and maybe it'll work. Maybe I'll find a glitch. You know, maybe everyone will disappear, I'll be in a field full of roses and martinis and I'll get pissed off my face and fall asleep. But it didn't happen that way, so instead I use Immolate to get rid of some of the robots, and you'll watch, they pop up back just as quick as you kill them. They drop from the roof, and they will drop from the roof until the maximum amount of robots is in the room, and it's generally about 4 to 5 of them. So you want to take out as many as you can pushing forward to give you a window of opportunity. Use grenades, use your gun, use whatever you can. Movement wise, you want to try and get as close as possible before you have to break. And be careful of the melee guys, they will one-hit kill you. And sometimes you can hear them coming, other times not so much. The audio design is baffling in this game. I couldn't honestly tell you why. But do you notice how I'm killing them? And they're never stopping, they just keep on sending an endless bunch of bullshit at me. If you can get a ton of people who are melee, you're doing okay. But just know that 1 or 2 of them will have a gun, and all we're wanting here is an opportunity to do this before they spawn. He just spawned, I shit my pants, I shotgun him, and if you touch this, you're good, you're fine now, and you get a checkpoint. But getting to do what I just did then is horrible, because anyone has a gun, you're dead. It's that simple. But now the first one is done, you've got momentum, you know what you need to do. You want to be doing the boost, crouch, so that you do the slide on your knees because it covers serious distance, and you want to come over to this ammo crate. From this ammo crate, I'm going to spam grenades because we have to wait for the next tower to open up before we can blow it. You're either going to get people shooting at you if they have guns, or you're going to get rushed by the melee dudes. So keep your head on a swivel, watch for the melee guys, and just chuck grenades. Chuck all the grenades. If you can put enough grenades down to that middle area, you can hopefully kill enough of them so you can get a window of opportunity, but you need to be aware. When you do kill enemies, it's random whether or not it's a gunner that drops or it's a dude with a shotgun that drops. There is no guarantee, and additionally there's no guarantee where they will drop. You can't memorize the spawn, you can't know where they're going to be and instantly kill them as they land with the shotgun. It doesn't work that way. It's a gamble, it's all a gamble. You don't even know which of the towers is going to open because that's random too. So there's no way to find a path here because there's no path. The path is the one you build yourself, and I hate that, and that's why it's difficult. Because you die in a fucking bullet and there's no guarantees. So the second tower has just exposed itself and all the police are real angry at it. So fire your rocket. That time I didn't quite hit the balls, so you got to get right on the shaft. And be careful of these guys rushing you too, because they'll still come. It is an endless stream of assholes. I try and shoot it, but I'm in a bad angle, so I'm going to have to move. And when you have to move is when you're in trouble. Did you see the guys who had the yellow symbol appear? They have guns. They are the fun ruiners. They're the people who are going to end this run, because it's going real well. See him? He's a fun ruiner as well. Be careful. You need to thin the numbers until you get more melee guys than guys with guns, and there's no guarantee. So do you see how I got those two and I just bum rushed it, didn't give a shit, and there we go. Looked easy, didn't it? But it didn't. And there's no way I can show you just how nonsensical it is unless I do a fail video, which I probably might. But now we do this, we get a checkpoint, and the last part is a joke compared to those two. Because all you need to do here, there's going to be a weird checkpoint as well, so you're going to see a transition. I always go back to there to resupply for grenades, but this is where it put me when I died. So, Hendrix is in there, and these robots are going to jump up, and they're going to detonate on the window. So all you want to do is camp out and shoot them. Once the core opens, and you have a window of opportunity, destroy the core, and the only enemies in the room at that point will be melee focused, so nobody can shoot you. If this boss had that the entire time, it'd be fun, because all you have to do is kite a bunch of stupid robots. But the guns ruin it. Just like the fireworks are fucking ruining this commentary. There's always something, you know? But just wait for these idiots to jump up, and then shoot them, and get them down. And that is the sound of the cooling tower opening, so all we need to do now is make sure nobody bum rushes us, and that we can shoot this. So you'll notice this guy comes, I take him down, and all of them then, nobody see how you didn't get the yellow indicator? Because none of them have guns. All of them now are going to rush us. It's straight up 28 days later, and I love that because it's easy. So I still haven't realised at this point that there are no guns, so I'm still being quite tentative. I'm chucking grenades, and then I push around this corner, and I think this is when I notice, you see how they're all moving, and they're all moving aggressively? None of them have guns. So I have... Look at it! This is how it should have been. Why give them guns? Or maybe just, I don't know, on the final phase give them guns, but on the first two don't? I don't know. Or give one of them a gun. One of them. So you can get rid of him and just get to where you need to be. But that is... I was so miserable the night I recorded this, and it gets a little bit worse. So this section here is another one of the... We've got to get out of this place because it's all blowing up, very hectic, very scary. There's an enemy that can't see me apparently, so I can kiss him in the face and somehow not die. The humans on this entire sequence are probably the most pliable they've ever been. I don't know if it's the lighting, I don't know if it's because it's all going crazy, I'm not too sure what's going on, but it takes them a while to kill you. And they're not normally like that, so it's really helpful. However, we're going to get to a doorway where we have to fend off a load of robots, and you're going to notice there's going to be a transition because we're going to go from my original save file to losing my save file and having a new one. And on the new one I don't have the shotgun. The shotgun is so good for this next section, but I didn't have the copycat perk because I didn't have enough fabrication kits to get it, so I couldn't actually do it. Hell, I didn't even have immolation, I don't think. You know, it was really miserable losing your file, but it happens. So I love the lighting in this room. There's a bunch of robots in here, so use your immolation to get rid of them. Don't rush it because the checkpoint hasn't happened yet. There is only a checkpoint after this next room. If you die at any point, you're back in the lift at the very beginning post-boss. So you want to be, you know, careful, because as I've mentioned, this game just doesn't checkpoint. I've never played a COD like it. And I'm hoping there's somebody that likes that. I'm hoping there's someone who gets enjoyment from the longer checkpoints, but that person will never be me. So we thinned out pretty much as many as we can. There is one woman normally on the bottom floor who doesn't do much. She just sits behind cover and generally takes a shot to the face. There we go. It's like one of those fake casting videos. There you go. See you later. And then as you push up here, you're going to get into this next room that's just below us, and Hendrix is going to be opening the door while we defend him. And you don't actually have to defend him because I don't think he can die. But there's a couple of guys in here, so be very careful. The good news is, if you're near a buddy and the AI prioritizes the buddy, they don't shoot you. They shoot at the buddy. It's a wonderful, wonderful innovation in ally technology, and I'm a fan of it. You're going to see a transition coming up here. So, he goes to the door, and I'm going to... Oh, it's just happened. We now have a different gun. So this is the Mantis with a red dot. I'm using the field kit because it's the only thing that has good guns. I don't have any. And in the field kit, I have the ability to die without dying and be revived. It's going to come in handy in a moment. It's not a tricky section, this. I hide behind this box, and if anybody rushes me, I pray. That's all I can really do. I don't have a shotty. Shotty's great here. Mantis isn't. Mantis, sorry, Man of War. My mistake. Oh, and also, there is a checkpoint before this room, guys. It's just sometimes you don't get it. On my first run, I didn't get one. On this one, I did, because I died here. Oh, and hitting this door is another prey section. You either get through it without being murdered, or you die. There's no middle ground. It's ridiculous that they expect you to do that, and it's one of the things that literally did not get any attention paid to it on this difficulty. Additionally, right now, the reason I'm not pushing forward is the section when I lost my save file was here, because I got through that door, having done all that shitfest, and I immediately got murdered in here before I had a chance to react, and the checkpoint put me on the other side of the door. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I was like, fuck this. This is stupid. I save and quit, and then when I restarted the next day, my save had gone. So that's the reason why I hugged that corner just then, because all I'm waiting for is an invisible checkpoint that doesn't tell me it's happened. All you need to do here is follow Hendrix up to the waypoint, but there's a couple of dudes in this room and he's not shooting them. If they see you, they'll kill you, but the good news is there is a checkpoint in here, and I did get it. I got it a little late though, and when you fight underwater, there are times where the enemies just doesn't shoot you. There are other times when they're all straight up fucking Hawkeye. There's no consistency, there's no faith, it's just all bullshit. Very tricky section. Also, do you notice we don't have an oxygen meter on this bit? Yet on the section coming up we do. So what's that about? This bit's nice and simple because we're not being bullshitted with the oxygen meter, but the next bit is really hard because it forces you to go quick, because if you don't go quick, you die. I don't know. Strange. I didn't notice that. Then we've got this crazy vignette moment that's actually dealing damage to our character, if you can believe it or not. And then there's this room, which is Hell on Earth. So in here, there are tons of robots ready to shoot you. There are mines getting dropped, and you are being timed because at a certain point your oxygen meter is going to display and you're going to suffocate, so you have to be quick. So as you push up here, there are a bunch of mines, so kill those. There it is, you see the oxygen? Just randomly turns up. In that other area we could have stayed there for an eternity and lived our lives together like two gay men in a wonderful underwater world, but here we're drowning. Wonderful. There's two guys here, one guy there and one guy below, and the next bit is pure fucking luck. You have to just bum rush all the way around here and get to the waypoint. There is an army of soldiers about to shoot at us, and it's going to hit me. Those guys over there, if you stop to shoot them, they immediately shoot you. Like, doing this, 100% luck. So while I'm down in this weird mode, I'm able to kill everybody there and get up. And if you look at my oxygen, I'm literally about to die. I have less than a second left, and I somehow hit this. That can be done without that ability, but I was forced to use it because it was the only kit I had that could have done the level, because everything else was base guns and no Man of War, which I wasn't going to do. So fuck that level, fuck that section, fuck that boss.